Good afternoon, Cardinals, and welcome to another edition of UIWtv. I'm Madison Aguiar.
And I'm Jackie Velez. The age-old saying, don't judge a book by its cover, has never had more meaning behind it than now as students join together for the Human Library. Ronald Mercado has more on the story.
Welcome, Cardinals, to the Maybe Library, where the Honors Program is hosting a Human Library. Let's see what it's all about.
The Human Library is an event that tries to challenge stereotypes and fight prejudice. I originally saw it in a Facebook video, and I realized that it was an international organization. And I realized that the closest event of the Human Library was actually North Texas, which is still a couple hours away. So if we wanted to experience it, the only way we could do that was coming to our university and bringing it to our school.
In a book, you have, you read line by line, and whatever's on the page, you can't really, I guess there's a feeling that you get from the book, but it's a lot different feeling than what you get from talking to a person in front of you and being able to kind of collaborate and maybe even add on some things that you never really talked about, and then you get to hear a little bit of feedback as well.
It's one thing to read a book. It's another altogether to have an opportunity to sit down and to speak to a book. And of course, there might be elements of that are open-ended. But, this is interactive. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to bring a book to life, as it were.
I hope you learned something about the Human Library. This is Ronald Mercado, UIWtv.
Wow, what a very philosophical concept. The human reading experience has come a long way. Thank you, Ronald. The eccentric Dr. Perry gave a speech Monday in the library lecture hall. The Moody Professor speech he gave involved a lot of interactive talking between him and the audience and the importance of perception. You may see something one way, but until you learn the history behind it, you don't really understand the connotations. He demonstrated this concept by alluding to examples in images, colors, symbols, and first impressions.
Dr. Perry really went in depth with his speech. It just goes to show you that a simple thing such as a word or a phrase can have a multitude of meanings. Thanks, Maddie, for that insightful commentary on the Moody Professor speech.
Now for news around the world. 5 confirmed tornadoes hit parts of San Antonio Sunday night, leaving behind significant damage to several homes and buildings. Late Monday morning, the National Weather Service confirmed an EF1 strength tornado with winds up to 105 miles per hour. And a path length of 4.5 miles touched down on Linda Drive near the Quarry Shopping Center. Fortunately, there were no casualties.
President Donald Trump has filled the national security role that was left vacant by the forced resignation of Michael Flynn just last week. President Trump introduced Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster as his new pick. He is a man of tremendous talent and tremendous experience. I watched and read a lot over the last 2 days. He is highly respected by everybody in the military, and we're very honored to have him, President Trump said. McMaster is decorated. His most recent role was Director of the Army Capabilities Integration Center.
A bomb threat was called in the Evelyn Rubenstein Jewish Center in Houston Monday morning. Around 500 people were said to be inside at the time. According to Joel Dinkin, they immediately went into emergency protocol and designated safe spots within the building on the campus and proceeded with emergency guidelines accordingly. The threat turned out to be a hoax, but the Anti-Defamation League says in Houston alone there have been 30 hate investigations since November.
A 5-year-old boy is dead after a fire engulfed parts of his family's home in Northern Virginia. Authorities say the child accidentally started the fire with a lighter. 4 adults were rushed to the hospital, including the boy's parents, but they were expected to be okay. A neighbor was on the scene. Fire officials say 2 pets were also killed in that fire.
Condolences to the boy's family. Stay tuned for your entertainment scoop.
Uh-oh.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Valerie Lopez and welcome to UIWtv Entertainment. We've got the latest insight of what is happening in and around the Cardinal community. The Institute of World Cultures held a Mongolian-themed event at UIW's Concert Hall. Here is Nani Lopez to show us what it was all about.
UIW Concert Hall had its doors open February 17 to the students, faculty, and the community. Thanks to the Institute of World Culture, we had the chance to experience the Mongolian art culture through dancing, music, and acrobatic acts.
We're here having a very unique traditional performing art night here at Incarnate World. So Institute of World Culture, my department was able to work with different organizations in town. So a lot of collective working. We were able to bring our special guests from 1,000 miles away from Inner Mongolia in China. We care about the diversity cultures. We care about introducing to our students what's the real culture through this type of interesting event. So it's more than just reading through the internet or textbook. So we want the student to have fun, to experience. In the meantime, we break the bridge. We understand each other better through this traditional show.
Great and spectacular and cool how people from Mongolia came over to San Antonio. That Mongolia has many traditions that have been passed down from them from times of when Buddhists came to their country.
Top-ranking artists from 9 different performing arts organizations is what makes the Mongolian Performing Art Troupe. Their mission? To promote the understanding and appreciation of Chinese Mongolian cultural traditions. Thank you to the Institute of World Culture for this marvelous experience. This is Nani Melendez-Lopez with UIWtv Entertainment.
Thanks, Nani. A play by UIW Theater Arts Department written by Tom Stoppard will be showing at the Coates Theater Building. Maddie Aguiar went to rehearsal and spoke to student actors and the roles and the production.
The Theater Arts Department has brought us here today to take a quick VIP look at Arcadia the play. So why don't we check it out?
Never done a play that's been in like 2 completely different time periods. It's really interesting to get that contrast of like the 1809, you know, everyone is very proper and everything, and then the modern day when it's just like you're watching a modern play.
On the surface level, it seems like this production is, mostly an intellectual, mathematical production. However, I think it really says further about the layers of relationships. There's something in the production about Newton's law of determinism. Mathematically and scientifically, we should be able to prove what's going to happen, but because of the human relationship that we can never really, pin down, it's always changing.
But if you really take the time to understand the relationships in the show, everyone will find something they can relate to or something they can learn.
So come support the theater department by watching the play Arcadia at the Coates Theater from February 24th through the 26th and March 2nd through March 4th. For more information, visit UIW.edu. I'm Madison Aguirre from UIWtv Entertainment.
Thank you, Maddie. Just like you said, the play will run February 24th through the 26th and March 2nd through the 4th. Friday and Saturday night performances are at 8 p.m. and other weekday performances are at 7 p.m. and Sunday's performance are at 2 p.m. And now for your Cardinal calendar. Join us for the 14th Annual Red Dress Health Fair and Fashion Show from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tuesday, February 28th in the Macomb Center Rosenberg Skyroom in support of the American Heart Association's Go Red campaign. This annual event brings awareness to female cardiac health and features one-of-a-kind dresses designed by UIW fashion students. Students from UIW's professional programs will be hand-to-check blood pressures, glucose levels, provide vision screenings, and offer information on the importance of maintaining a heart-healthy lifestyle. The event is free and open to the public. CAB is hosting Play Date on March 7th, a ball pit, giant games, and food. The event has just been announced, so details are still in the works. But it's sure to be awesome because, hello, there's a ball pit. Party Gras. A Mardi Gras party will be held on Dubuis Lawn February 28th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So Cardinals, make sure to have your mask ready to go. As well, the San Antonio International Piano Competition will perform in concert Saturday, February 25th at 8 p.m. at the Cedon Recital Hall. Pianist Youngin Kim received the SAIPC's 2016 Best Performance of the Spanish and Latin American Work Award. For tickets and more information, visit www.saipc.org. Well, that's all that we have for today, Cardinals. I'm Valerie Lopez, and stay tuned for UIWtv en Español.
Hola, ¿qué tal, cardenales? Mi nombre es Nani Meléndez López y estas son las noticias de UIWtv en español. El pasado jueves 16 de febrero, miles de personas tomaron las calles durante la protesta nacional Un Día Sin Inmigrantes. Durante dicha protesta, un gran número de personas no asistieron a sus respectivos trabajos, mientras que dueños de restaurantes y negocios locales cerraron sus puertas. El propósito de dicha demostración fue el de levantar las voces de los inmigrantes ante las duras propuestas migratorias del presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump. Sin embargo, decenas de personas fueron despedidas de sus empleos después de no haber ido a trabajar el pasado jueves. En Carolina del Sur, el dueño de una compañía constructora de barcos despidió a 18 trabajadores, mientras que en Oklahoma, el dueño de un restaurante despidió a 12 cocineros. Un gran número de clientes compartieron que no volverán a dicho lugar, mientras que muchos otros aprobaron la decisión del dueño. Un oficial de policías del estado de California fue asesinado el pasado lunes 20 de febrero, cuando un miembro de una pandilla abrió fuego después de haber estado involucrado en un accidente automovilístico. El sospechoso, quien conducta un coche robado del este de Los Ángeles, había sido puesto en libertad condicional una semana antes del incidente. De acuerdo a las autoridades, oficiales de policía no sabían que el carro era robado o que el sospechoso había sido parte de actividad criminal. El oficial de policía, quien murió momentos más tarde en el hospital, es hasta ahora el quinto oficial en ser asesinado este año con un arma de fuego mientras trabajaba. La identidad del sospechoso o su historia criminal no ha sido revelada. Estudiantes de nuestra universidad tuvieron la oportunidad de reunirse con la oficina de Career Service el pasado martes 21 de febrero. Durante la feria anual de trabajo en este taller, los estudiantes pudieron ser parte de una presentación sobre entrevistas de trabajo y de demostración sobre cómo conversar con profesionales en el área. La feria de trabajo de UIW comenzó con una introducción de los eventos que se llevarán a cabo en nuestra universidad, como parte del Networking Mixer. El propósito de dicho evento es el de ayudar a estudiantes a conocer expertos en su área de especialidad. La oficina de Career Service compartió que ellos recomiendan que los estudiantes comiencen a prepararse temprano en cuanto a oportunidades de trabajo y dijeron que estos eventos les darán a los estudiantes las herramientas necesarias para cumplir sus objetivos profesionales. El Networking Mixer se llevará a cabo en el Macomb Center Roosevelt Sky Room de 6 a 8:30 de la noche en el día 2 de marzo. Bueno, cardenales, estas son todas las noticias en español del día de hoy. Soy Nani Meléndez López y ahora los dejo con el segmento de los deportes.
Good day, Cardinal fans. My name is Daniel Janselson, and I'll be updating you on all the sports going on here at UIW. And boy, are there plenty of sports happening right now. Let's start with the women's basketball team. They just pulled out one of the biggest comebacks in school history when they came back from 16 points down in the third quarter and scored 31 in the fourth to take the 69-63 win over Nichols in dramatic fashion. And it was also senior night. Last week, the team also participated in a great cause. Our own Ronald Mercado has more on this story.
The UIW women's basketball team hosted the Texas A&M Islanders in a Play for K Wear Pink game. Play for K games are done in memory of Kay Yao, Hall of Famer and gold medal Olympic basketball coach.
Let's hope that we get a lot of support for reasons that we may not always know about, but there are definitely real factors out in the real world that, we get to play games that we love and watch games that, we're cheering people on for. And for it to have a good cause as well is just a win-win.
We encourage everyone to come and wear pink just to support our ladies and take the Play for K or the Dig Pink game or the Pink Out game to heart, you know what I mean? So we encourage all of our fans to come out and support us.
Not only did the Cardinals chalk up a win towards cancer awareness, they also won the game. This is Ron Mercado, UIWtv.
Thank you, Ronald. The men's basketball team will be playing their last home game tonight when they host Nichols at 7 o'clock at the McDermott Center. They're coming off a 69-53 win over Sam Houston State, and they're now 6-9 in conference with a chance to finish the year with a 500 record in the Southland. So let's go out to support them tonight, be loud, and make a splash. And speaking of making a splash, the swim team just came back from their conference meet where they broke multiple school records. We caught up with swim team members Leah Bates and Alejandro Flores this week.
Our women's team did really well. Last year we placed 6th in the conference. This year was 5th, so we were really excited to move up.
But overall, it was amazing. I mean, everybody swam their hearts out, and I couldn't have asked for a better way to end my career.
We had some team records broken by Natasha Fung and Abby Meyer, and our relays did very well also.
We also want to congratulate Hector Cruz on winning Freshman Swimmer of the Meet and Carrillo Chavez for winning Male Swimmer of the Week. Track is also competing in their conference championship, but they're in Alabama. Yesterday was just day 1, and the Cardinals already set 5 school new records, with the whole day left to set even more. Rodney Littlejohn and McKenna Moses competed in the pentathlon and heptathlon, and they both set 8 personal records in 9 events. Many others broke school records and qualified for the finals that are going on today. So log on to UIWcardinals.com for the latest updates and results. Moving on to baseball and softball, they're finally here. Softball team already played 10 games and all have been tough games on the road. They're 3-7 with losses to teams like number 4 ranked Oklahoma, Houston, and Ole Miss. Interestingly enough, all 3 of their wins have been with the score 3-2. They beat Sanford, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Rhode Island, all 3-2. Crazy. They'll stay on the road this weekend as they'll participate in the UTSA Classic, where they face 3 more tough opponents in New Mexico, Texas State, and 2 against UTSA. The baseball team also started the season. They started in the Alamo Irish Classic, which took place in Wolves Stadium this past weekend. Cardinals lost close games to St. Louis 6-3 and Notre Dame 12-10. And then won back-to-back games against Lafayette College in dramatic fashion. They won the first game 4-3 in 11 innings, and then won a nail-biter 6-5 to take second place in the tournament. Then yesterday, they hosted Prairie View A&M and beat them 11-1 for their 3rd consecutive victory. They'll try to extend that streak this weekend when they host a 4-game series against Central Michigan, starting Friday at 6:30 p.m. It'll be at Sullivan Field, so don't forget to go out and support UIW Athletics. Well, folks, that is all we have for today, but remember to check UIWcardinals.com and follow UIW Athletics on Twitter for more news and updates. This is Daniel Jenselson signing off.
Good afternoon, Cardinals. I'm meteorologist Ceci Gutierrez. Right now we're sitting on the cooler side of things with temperatures at 70 degrees right now in San Antonio. We're seeing on the cooler side of things with our humidity as well, with that sitting at 47 degrees. 60 is typically the threshold, whether it's going to feel sticky or not. We're looking at our Texas temperatures, 70 right now in San Antonio, 64 in Amarillo. So the panhandle of Texas is going to see this blue shading coming through our area, and 79 is the hot spot in Brownsville. A closer look to home, we are sitting at the 70s within the Hondo and San Antonio area, the mid to upper 60s in our western zone, and 60s in Karnes City, 67 in the Hill Country, which is a little weird for the Hill Country, but that's set to be cooling down within the next couple of days. Looking at your future tracker, we're not going to see the storms that we saw rolling through last weekend. This is great for that storm recovery, but it's going to also be great for our rodeo because we're not going to see much. We're going to have this northerly wind coming through. That is going to cool down our temperatures a little bit within the next couple of days. So your 7-day forecast, it's going to be a blistering hot 91 degrees today, but look at that, like those northern temperatures coming through, 82 on Friday, 68 on Saturday, 73 on Sunday, and then it's going to heat back up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday going into your next work week. I'm meteorologist Ceci Gutierrez. Thank you for joining me, Cardinals.
That's all we have for this week, Cardinals.
Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for tuning in,
and let's go Cardinals!